Okay, we'll continue our discussion on submitting jobs to the grid, and in this case we'll compile our own application and use a script to call that application on the grid worker node. So let's start. We are already on the machine where the code is located, and we need to inspect this application. As you can see, it's a simple C executable where we just print the argument that is specified. Okay, so we need to compile this, and to compile this you use GCC. You provide the name of the code file and you specify by using the -o flag what the application should be called, in this case hello.exe. So we also need to take a look at the script that is going to be run, and as you can see you need to set the permissions, and this is needed because the stuff that you will put into the grid or to the input sandbox will by default not be executable, so you need to do this yourself. And as you can see, you just call the exe with the parameter and redirects to standard out. Alright. So we also need to change the JDL. And we specify the type, which will be a normal job. The job type, which will be normal. And keep in mind that you close every line with a semicolon. The executable will be again the shell, so the shell already present on the work node itself, and this is the application that we will pass our script to. Alternatively, you could just specify the script file itself as the executable and then just specify MOOC as an argument. So here the argument will be the script itself and the thing that we want to have printed out, which in this case is MOOC. We'll redirect the standard output as we've done before to a .out file, and again close with a semicolon, and we'll do the same for the standard error, which will be script.error. And then we need to of course specify the files that we need to have sent to the worker node, which will be the script itself, and of course the application. Okay, there goes. And as output we want, as always, at least the standard error and standard out, which has been previously redirected to these files. And of course the output that we specified in the script file, which is the hello.exe.out. This is the redirect that we create ourselves in the script. We'll set the shallow retry count to 3 or 2. We'll need to create a proxy for using the start grid session, which is startgridsession.sh on your VM, and we can submit a job. Okay. Again, the -d is just the delegation ID, and if you use the start grid session script, it will always be your user name on the machine that you're currently using. And we specify, using the -o flag, the file that will save the identifiers of the file. Unfortunately, this doesn't work, and this will be something that you'll encounter often, because there's a error in the output sandbox line because we forgot some quotations. Right. Just add those, and now it should work. And you'll be debugging this more often. Alright, we've submitted the application, we got back the job identifier. And that's it. And we can now retrieve the output. Okay, here we can get the output of the application that we just submitted. This is what we were left with, the identifier and the location of the file where we store the job IDs. And we can use the g.wms job status command to see what has actually happened. We specify the file where we saved our identifiers and select the second one, that's the most recent. And as you can see, it's done. And we can now retrieve the output. So the data will be saved to the current directory, and we specify the job ID file. And again, we need to select the second one, and the data is being fetched. And you can see the data will be located in that directory. And now you see 3 output files, so including the hello.exe.out, and it does exactly as what you would have expected it to print hello MOOC as specified in the script. And these are just the outputs of the script itself. And that's it.